Welcome to the showdown, sponsored by BTB Podcast. We are answering the age-old question: Jalen Brunson or Trae Young? Who are you taking as your franchise point guard? Let's go, Omar. You start.
I just have to clarify. Look at my eyes. I'm nowhere near prepared for this. I'm taking my boy Jalen Brunson. No particular reason. Maybe it's because he's already been to the Eastern Conference Finals so far, and he every single year since he's been a Knick, he's been progressively stepping up. So I just see the next step in the process. We're gonna go to the NBA Finals next year. I'm not gonna say we're winning. I'm gonna say we're gonna be there. But hey, man, I'm taking my boy Jalen Brunson any day of the week.
That was a weak argument, Earl.
New Jersey native.
That was a weak argument, Earl. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know. I'm very tired. You're not getting any strong arguments from me today, guys.
All right, guys. No, my contestant, the first thing he wanted to do was bring up the Eastern Conference Finals, right?
Yeah.
I have to admit, has Jalen Brunson been multiple times? Yes, twice. One as a backup player to what's his name? What's that guy's name? He's kind of good, kind of a good passer, kind of a top 3 player right now. Kind of mavericky.
I understand what you're trying to say, but I have to correct you on
as
that.
A sidekick. Anytime Trae Young has been in the Eastern Conference one time, he was the main superstar player.
Right.
He was the system. He was that guy. Yes. What do you mean, really?
I said you're right. I didn't.
I was about to say. Did we forget what Trae Young was doing to the Bucks before he got hurt? Absolute masterclass after masterclass. Mm-hmm. Giannis was looking like an absolute. No, I'm just let me not. He had Giannis questioning his decisions. I'm just gonna stand on this to the end of time.
You better watch yourself, Earl.
Got hurt. He would have been in the finals, and he would have won his first championship versus the Suns team, who absolutely had a mental breakdown in the NBA Finals. So the argument about the finals appearance or the Eastern Conference,
I'll say this. I think you're right in the regard that like Trae Young, he was in a position where he actually could have won it all that one year if he went through and. Instead of going to the finals, that could have been instead of Giannis, it could have been him.
Why do I have minus 3 points?
That's
because your argument was weak.
How compared to Omar's?
Like, Jalen Brunson backed up a guy in Dallas and Trae Young.
Yeah, and also I have to say that's not entirely true.
Compared to what he started with, he said he's better because he went to the Eastern Conference Finals. I explained that Trae Young went to the Eastern Conference.
That with Trae Young, that's not an argument.
How? I explained that Trae Young not only went to the Eastern Conference Finals, but he led his team to the Eastern Conference Finals.
I gave you a point for that.
How am I less points than Omar then? If he started the argument, I responded to it.
You did a bad job responding.
Okay.
How?
All right. Let me just say this.
I have to say minus 3 is crazy from my side. If I got minus 3,
4. Now it's minus 4.
How? Oh, so you're lazy.
Let me just say
Knicks
this.
fans burns together, burns like a feather, flock together. I get it. Whatever, bro. Y'all got it, bro. Never let a Knicks fan host a Knicks fan versus Hawks argument.
Bro, Omar started off with minus 2. All you had to do was beat minus 2.
I did. I literally brought up the fact that Trae Young led his team, has been the best player on his team every single season. Look, you know what? Let me add to the facts. Trae Young has been the best player on his team since he was a rookie.
And Jalen Brunson has been the best Knick player ever since he got there. What is your point?
What about the rest of his career? We're going to erase
he wasn't, and I'm not arresting. Hold on. I got you.
Every single season he's been in the NBA.
He was drafted into the second round and climbed up the ranks to stand right next to Luka into that starting lineup.
And when
he went to the Eastern, the Western Conference semifinals, where he had to start 2 games in front of Luka, and he proved himself in that realm to be a starter. So then from that point on, he started next to
Why you giving
Luka.
him points? What about me? I'm just giving.
I
literally just gave the blueprint. So what player in NBA history has increased their assists per game every single season? They've been without playing the top player in the NBA, without having a top teammate.
Mr. Trae Young, I understand.
John Collins was his best teammate.
Who's had more effect?
John Collins, his best teammate.
Who's had more effect than has won more games?
Jalen Brunson played with Luka Doncic. Now he's playing with Karl Anthony Towns.
He wasn't
playing with OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges.
He was playing with RJ Barrett and Julius Randle.
Trae Young, you know who he's playing with? He's developing players, bro. He had Zachary Richardson out there. He had to teach the kid how to play basketball the second half of the season, and he got better, of course, because he's one of the best playmakers in the league. He was playing with Clint Capella was his starting center. And you know what? They had one of the best, what was the big man to point guard to big man assist ratio, whatever. You can look it up. I forget what they exactly call it. But it was Trae Young and Clint Capella.
I'm not disagreeing with
Clint
you.
Capella in the big 25.
But to pretend that Jalen Brunson isn't like doing as much or is even close to that is insane.
How is it how? Jalen Brunson had a whole roster built around him. Trae Young has had scraps. This is the first time in his career the Hawks have went out there and built him a team.
Jalen Brunson came into a team where they got kicked out by the Atlanta Hawks the previous year.
Which makes the case for Jalen Brunson worse. How do you have a better team get kicked off?
No, that doesn't. It actually makes it better. It actually makes it better because
the Hawks team was better?
No, it makes it better for Jalen Brunson's case because the next year we literally sweeped the Atlanta Hawks in the season series. We literally took carry on, got shot out.
When the Hawks got worse as a team.
Understood. And we got better. All we added was Jalen Brunson. So all we added was our point guard. All we needed was a point guard. What I'm saying
is this. How in the world, bro, listen to me here.
He's getting fed up with the points right now, I have to say.
Trae Young has lifted up his team every single year.
And I'm not disagreeing with you. But to pretend that Jalen Brunson hasn't been doing that for the Knicks is plain out wrong.
Jalen Brunson's been in better situations. He started the season being able to learn from Luka Doncic.
Let's put that aside for a second because most of the time he was coming off the bench. Yes, he came in and he proved himself during the Western Conference semifinals when Luka Doncic was out and they needed to win those first two games to have that advantage.
Let me ask you this, Omar. When you're in a situation, let me ask you this: if I'm in a situation where I have no pressure, I can just go out there and be free and be myself without any consequence. No one expected. Who had no pressure? Who had no pressure? Jalen Brunson had no pressure before Luka on his team. Nobody expected Jalen Brunson to be what he is.
And I'm going to tell you how you're wrong in a second.
A horrible franchise, and from day one,
and I'm going to repeat what I just said because you didn't hear me.
Let me finish. He was not only expected to produce wins for a team that already sucked, he was expected to be the franchise player since the first game he put on that jersey.
You're right. And he was and that's a better that's an even better situation for Trae Young. What was he drafted? Top 3? Correct me if I'm wrong. He was drafted top 3 or top 5?
I don't remember.
It was technically top 5, I guess, because they traded with Dallas or whatever that situation was. It was bullshit, but Jay is here. I can't even tell that Jay is here.
Go ahead, bro. Continue to cook. Come on, finish your thing.
He was put in a situation where he needed to be a franchise player for the first couple of years. Okay, for the first 3 years of him being there, he actually outdid himself. He did really fucking well. I am not trying to discredit Trae Young at all when I say that, but what I'm also trying to say is, in the same regard, I can look at everything that Jalen Brunson has done as well. I can look at the fact that he got drafted into the second round and had to climb up and get his way into the starting lineup through clutching up in the Western Conference semis. That's the only gateway that was taken for him to actually be put in that situation. And then once he was put in that situation, you did not see him out of that starting lineup into the playoffs anywhere else.
My point is this, Omar.
Just wait. No. Am I right or am I wrong? Am I right or am I wrong? Just
in
I'm not done.
that regard, okay, cool.
I got you, but I'm not done.
Okay, so your point is,
so then as soon as he got to New York
from a second round,
so as soon as he got to New York,
player,
the Atlanta Hawks just beat us 4-1. Correct? Am I wrong?
Omar.
In the playoffs, did the Atlanta Hawks that year? The Atlanta Hawks beat us 4-1, right?
Omar.
Without Jalen Brunson.
Omar.
No. Without Jalen Brunson. Just confirm for me. Just confirm for me. I'll let you talk. It's my turn, right?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm asking you a question now.
So I can't answer it? No, it's your turn. Talk.
Okay, answer it then. Because I'm just asking a yes or no question. Did that year that Jalen Brunson was clutching up the year that Jalen Brunson, I can't give you
what's the year so I can actually look it up. I need to see.
It was 2020, where it was in the Western Conference semis, where he got, and then he was not traded. I'm sorry. Then he left and he came to the Knicks. That year, those playoffs, did the Knicks lose to the Atlanta Hawks 4-1 in that season, in that series, or even worse, 4-0?
It was 4-1. Why are we?
It was 4-1. Why? It was 4-1. If you already knew this number, why'd you walk it back?
I'm just confirming. That's all. Just bear with me for a second, right? As soon as Jalen Brunson gets here, not only are we into the playoffs, we win our first season series. Okay, our first series in over God knows how long, 10 plus, 15 plus years. And then the next year we go into the second round, we win the second round. Oh, and then next year we go into the semis, we lose. It's a step forward. Every single year, I understand where Trae Young has been. I understand that he was in a top 3 situation where he played his heart out. He did really fucking great. And then he was put in a situation where the Atlanta Hawks basically screwed him over and didn't give him a lineup. We're not putting that on Trae Young. We're putting that on the Atlanta Hawks. But what I'm trying to tell you is the same thing can be true with Jalen Brunson. The same thing could be happening with Jalen Brunson. And the same thing did happen with Jalen Brunson. And
what's the same thing?
And the fact that the Knicks actually, yes. And the fact that the Knicks actually took the time to build the roster out to make sure that he is successful.
Julius Randle on that team was better constructed for Jalen Brunson than the Hawks.
Yeah. I agree with you.
Think about it like this. I can say this on repeat, bro.
Wait, I just said that, brother. You know, I just said that, right?
The best player that Trae Young has played with is probably John Collins.
I just said I told
fit wise. Am I wrong?
No, you're not. I just said that.
I just told you that. Julius Randle, OG Anunoby, Karl-Anthony Towns, Luka Doncic. Dude, who else am I missing that Jalen Brunson's played with in his career?
I'm not disagreeing with you. But what I'm telling you is
Trae Young was running solo squads.
Do you hear us?
In the Eastern Conference. He was running solo squads.
Okay, good. You didn't
Jalen Brunson. You know what Jalen Brunson was? Jalen Brunson was like us playing Fortnite with Max. We're just background characters. In that analogy, Max is Luka Doncic.
You know what? For that, Earl.
I'm just saying. What pressure?
No,
what is it? Look, I'll use this example too. I'll stick with the reference. That's just like, Omar gets the final. Omar, he got the game-winning kill. Let me check the stats. Max has 15 kills, 18 assists, 25,000 damage, and Omar has 2 kills, 500 damage, 1 game-winning shot. That's what Jalen Brunson was on the Mavericks.
Not
I don't
really.
know about Brunson on the Mavericks, but I like the Fortnite comparison that you're making.
I'm just saying, if we're comparing it,
half an hour.
That's not even close.
Hey, I'm just saying that Trae Young. I'm taking Trae Young,
and that's completely fine. And we could look at the years, and we could look at the years. That's what's happened over